In this assignment, we're gonna color reduce and clean our motifs. So in order to prepare them to get them into NedGraphics, we're gonna go into Illustrator and we're going to find our file with all of our motifs in it. And we're going to add another artboard. So we're gonna go to the artboard tool and then we're gonna go in properties and click that plus button. And then now that we have our artboard, we are going to make it a color that's very distinctive and high contrasting to the colors in your motifs. So I chose this bright green, but you can choose anything that works best for you. And we're going to choose the motifs that we want to use for our print collection, and we're going to put them on this background. Keep in mind that your print collection has the highest resolution and is going to allow you to use your most complex motifs, and you will need to choose 6 to import into Ned. Go back to the artboard tool, take notice of which artboard it is, and then go to File, Export, Export As. You select TIFF as the file type. Name it something identifiable. Click Use Artboards, Range, and then remember the number artboard that it was. So mine was 13. And then I'm going to go find my Q drive and make sure that I save it in my Q drive. And then hit Export. Make sure that it's RGB and 200 ppi. Now I'm going into Ned and I'm going to hit Design and Repeat. We're always going to go in through Design and Repeat. I'm going to hit File, Open, and then I'm going to find that TIFF and open it. Select by color reduction cleaning. This will open up the color reduction and cleaning window. Please do not try to go back to Design and Repeat or close Design and Repeat after opening this because it will cause Ned to stop responding. Now we're just going to make our color palette, and you're going to use the Pick Center and Pick Points tools. So the Pick Center tool is the little eye icon, and once you click the eye, you can click anywhere on your motifs and it will show up bigger in the top right window. And then you can use the Pick Points tool, which is this little like dropper with the plus, and in that top right window you can click on the colors that you want to keep. Make sure that you're choosing within the limited color palette. I believe it's 12 for this. And then you want to make sure that you get your background color, so that green in there, and that doesn't count in your color palette. You can hit preview once you think you've got all the colors, and it will show you what everything looks like in the bottom right window. And then select the process button. So that's the box with the little blue downwards arrow, and then you're going to select yes to the confirmation message. Answer yes to save changes, and then again save that TIFF to your Q drive. And then the Design and Repeat file should open automatically with your motifs, and your color palette should already be embedded in the file. To make sure we have all of the tools that we need, we're going to go to Preferences, Auto Arrange Toolbars, and that should reset everything. And then we're going to click on the icon with the shapes, and if you hover over it, it should say Easy Coloring. Go to Colors, New Color Atlas, and then we're going to get a pop-up where we can name the atlas. And then we're going to click OK. Now we're going to drag all of the colors from our color palette into the atlas. And this is going to make it so that when we make our designs later on, we have this that we could bring into Design and Repeat and add to our color palette manually. And so we're going to save that to our Q drive as an ATL file. And we're going to hit save. Close out of this window. If you hit the little gear icon with the little calendar looking thing, you can go to your Q drive and find your atlas, and that's going to be how you bring it into other files later on. Now we're going to clean up stray pixels. So we're going to hit this little paperclip icon, and that's the stencil tool. And you're going to choose the colors that you want to protect. So I'm going to protect the green and then some of these other pink colors, and then I'm going to hit the freehand tool, and I'm going to color over these areas to fix these stray pixels. I don't know if you can see them, but there's like a few blue pixels towards the edge, and you can change the size of your paintbrush in the drawing tools options box. And if this box goes away, just go back to preferences and hit auto arrange toolbars again, and it should pop back up. And so I'm just going to continue doing this. I'm going to switch colors. You just need to work logically and figure out which ones you need to protect. You can also just fix it pixel by pixel, but that's wildly inefficient, so I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Now I'm going to recolor it using the same stencil tool, and you can use the paint bucket tool or the fill with color tool to recolor this. And essentially you just use the same technique. Choose the color you want to change it to, and click on the areas you want to change the color. Once you're done, you are going to hit File, Save As, and then you're going to find your Q drive and you're going to save it as a DES file.